For me, this journey started in downtown Denver, at RAI. I was preparing for yet another backpacking trip. However, this time, one major thing would be different.
So one of the major differences between winter camping and summer camping would be just how fast things can go really, really badly when you make a basic mistake. And an example of that would be, as you walk away, you think you're traveling from one point to another, you leave a perfectly good comfort zone essentially, and you start walking away and you start to get lost in the woods in the summertime. You can probably backtrack your way back and be good and start over again. In the wintertime, in a storm, you could walk away from a spot and never find your way back there and really get lost in that snowstorm and be in big trouble.
So at first I was very hesitant about having them go winter backpacking without more experience. And the main reason is just being prepared.
Accompanied by my brother Gus, I'd be hiking a trail known as Tanglewood Trail in the Mount Evans Wilderness. Ranging it at 24 miles and over 3,000 feet of elevation gain, our route would prove to be an extreme challenge.
My name is Gus Snow. I am Doug's brother and I am 18 years old. Doug and I have gone backpacking before, although never in the winter. In the winter, I feel like it'll definitely be a different experience.
But regardless of all the concerns, we packed up anyway and waited for the day to come.
We started hiking at about 8:30 in the morning. The trailhead was at about 9,000 feet. We were hiking in a little bit of a valley, and the sun had not yet reached where we were at. There was still a pretty good amount of snow on the ground. After about a mile and a half of hiking, the trail got considerably steeper, but we kept hiking anyways. After hiking for about 3.5 miles, we decided to go off trail to arrive at a meadow, which was about another mile off the trail. Once we got to the meadow, we realized that it would not be the best place to camp because there was a considerable amount of shrubs and grasses on the ground, so we ended up hiking back half a mile. We tried to cook dinner that first night, but since it was so cold, the liquid fuel was having trouble turning into a gas. The next morning, we woke up and attempted to boil some water. We made our breakfast, but there was not enough for our water bottles, so we had to go with what we had left over from the day before. we tried to start the stove again, and it did not work again, forcing us to eat snow for hydration on our way up. We were both extremely dehydrated as well as fatigued, and it was at this point that we decided it would be unsafe for us to continue further without a functional stove.
Thank you.